everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you have not read the title of this video, you're gonna be like, whoa, you're still doing free little library hunting in November? I am. This is actually my last free little library video, kind of TBR video for the year, because I have special announcements that you're gonna want to wait to hear at the end of the video. I am in Hartford, Wisconsin today, but I will be driving around to other areas to check out free little libraries. I am currently working on something that requires me to be getting books. I currently have 3 books for my project in my car here, and I need 4 more to complete my project. So some of the books that I get today I might not be showing you just because, but they might be hinted when I go to the free little libraries. I have stopped at 3 already and managed to exchange some books out. But one of the books that I did find, and this is why I thought about starting this video, is I found this book. And if you remember from the beginning of this year, I read this book. It is Night by Ellie Wiesel, sorry. And it was such a good book, and I wanted to be able to have a copy of it for my end of the year review video of all my books. And some of them I just don't have copies of because I got them from school or libraries, and I don't necessarily have a library card for a new library yet where I live, and I don't really want to take a whole lot of time to be able to edit all the book pictures in. So I'm going to try to see how many books I can get that I don't have copies of already from free little libraries and do some exchanging. But before I do that, I'm going to show you what my TBR is for the month, because my TBR has been slowing down with having moved and started a new job. I'm trying to remember from my last video if I said what I had finished reading. I don't think I did. And I don't have the book here with me, so I will definitely show it at the end of the video, or I will just paste it right here of what I read and what I thought of it, because I don't have the tag for it. The book that I am reading for this month, because I had said that I wanted to do 25 for 25, which is 25 books for the year of 2025. I had decided that I needed to read almost at least 2 books for every single month to be able to get it completed. And when I was working at the high school and before I moved, I was able to read almost like 4 or 5 books in 1 month because I just had that amount of time, and I was really invested in wanting to be reading all the time. And I realized that I like reading, but to an extent that I was also being very not social and not doing my job to the fullest. And so I was able to put down the books towards the end and be able to go do my job properly. And now I'm working at an elementary school. You don't have time to read inside of your job because you were constantly watching students all around the clock. And so the only time that I have time to read is after school, and I like to spend that with Griffin nowadays. So when I do get to read, it's usually when I choose to take a day off from him or just spend time with myself. So the one book that I am reading for this month is this book right here. This is a man named Ove by Frederick Backman. I won't give all the details about it, but I used to have this on my very first book collection when I was, I want to say middle school or high school. It depends on when this came out. So let me see here. This came out in 2012. So I would say probably like middle school, high school. I had a book collection, and this was part of it for whatever reason. And I tried reading it, and this was around the time where I was realizing I can't really read well. And so I put the book down and I never picked it up again, and I got rid of it with my whole entire old book collection. And so as I'm going through free little libraries, I found this book, and I was like, I'm going to give this book a try again and see why I couldn't read it. And I'm reading it now, and I realized it's got a poor start to it, and that's probably why I put it down, because I have realized that I wouldn't necessarily give books a fair chance because of me not being able to read, but now I do. So now that I got that out of the way, let's get right into finding another free little library. So here's the first one that I'm going to for this video. And so I actually went and drove to one already, but for some reason it was like a mobile library. So apparently if it says mobile library, that means that it changes, because I use the free little library app. That's how I'm able to find so easily. So it looks like this one here. Let's see here. Once again, I can't film that easily when it comes to looking through these because I don't have my tripod with me. But I'm seeing these really interesting. These are really thick books. Oh, that's because they're fairy loot books. That's cool. I've heard about fairy loot before. I didn't realize there was people nearby who had them. I'm not really seeing too much, and I don't really want to take the fairy loot books just because I think that somebody else could probably use them, but they're very beautiful. When I say that they're very beautiful, I mean they got sprayed edges. Like, look at that one. Like, so beautiful. But I will keep those in there for another person who might have a chance to actually read them. Here's the next one. I think there's a parade going on today in Hartford, because I saw people who had like lawn chairs out and on the like main street strip. So look how beautiful this is. It's very small. Let's see here. Let's see, Score, Rock Bottom Girl. This is a beautiful cover. That would probably take me like almost 2 months, I feel like, just to read that one. What other one? Sorcerer. I bet you this is another fairy loot. Yep, somebody around the Hartford area must love fairy loot. When you go to a free little library, I'm asking to the people who actually go to them, how many times when you go to look at them and they may be messy, do you have the urge to just reorganize them so they're nice and neat? Like, I do all the times. Like, that's what I'm doing right now, and I don't mean to because I know it's fine. Ooh, that one's cool. This one is got sprayed edges too. Ooh, that is so pretty. Is this fairy loot? That's cool. That one looks cool. I'm not a fantasy girl, so I don't read fantasy books, but whenever I see them, I just think they're so cool to look at. After 2 p.m., no parking. Look at all these chairs. Like, what is happening today that they need all these chairs out for? I guarantee it's probably like a holiday parade and people are really just sit out for it. I wouldn't. I'm really small, and I also didn't bring my coat with me because I'm an idiot. And this is the free little library, so I parked around the corner to see it. More fairy loot books. Ooh, this is so cute. Talk about keeping it festive. Look, so cute. I'm about to mess it up, and I'm so sorry. I'll make sure I'll put it back when I'm done. So those are small books. I've not heard of any. I think I've heard of this author right here, Maya Angelou. It's a smaller book, an older book. Even the stars look lonesome. I kind of like that. I don't know if I'll take it or not. Poems about horses. Sounds like something my mom would love because she loves horses. This is more fairy loot books. A lot of fairy loot. I hope the person who chose not to read these had a good reason why they chose not to read them. Egg and Spoon. I think I've heard of that one too. Let's see here. I might take that Angela book. I'm really curious. I'm on the main street now. I want to step over those blankets. This is the last one here in Hartford. Let's see here. Ooh, I like the way that comes down. I'm not really seeing anything because this is more for religious books because we are in front of a religious store. So we're just going to close this up and go to another one. I had to stop at this one here on the way to our next destination because this is like right next to Hartford. It's actually in Hartford still. It's Pike Lake. It specifically says Pike Lake. I don't think I'll be staying at this one for too long, so it doesn't look like they have much. I just want to show you guys it. So got some So my next spot that I decided to go to was in Jackson, Wisconsin. And I actually drove to the location where it said it was supposed to be. And then I checked the details for where it's supposed to be. And it's actually in this cute little barn that's in a trailer park. Let's see here. If there's any, holy cow. Oh no, please don't fall down. I just wanted to look at this one book that's right here. This is a book of the month book, and it was at Goodwill. One Italian Summer. Contemporary romance. That sounds cute. Where and when? The Pioneer. I always think about the Pioneer Women from time to time. And some Christmas books are in here. Cute. There's the next one. It's in a nicer neighborhood, so maybe there's nicer books in it. I'm not sure. Or it could be filled with just all children's books. That could work too. It's a very tiny one. What to expect when you're expecting? Sorry, I'm not expecting anytime soon. That's a cute book. I'm guaranteeing it's probably for teen read. Huntress. Cute. And of course, you always gotta have a James Patterson book inside a free little library. This one, if you know me personally enough, you should know I love Doctor Who. And I have seen a lot of free little libraries that are called the TARDIS, but not actually look like the TARDIS. But this one looks exactly like the TARDIS, including the painted little spot right here. I'm such a fangirl. Oh my goodness, it's so big. There is a lot of books in here, including Little Women. Oh my word, I'm taking this. You have no idea. Me and my sister, we used to be funny about reading Little Women, but there was not a women's book that, audio that fit well with Little Women. And what else do we have here? Among the Hidden. I know this is a kid's book, but I actually tried reading this book when I was younger, and I can't remember if I ever finished it or not because of me not being able to read. And I think back here, yes, the good copy of Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm in the next one here. This is at Jackson's Community Center. It is absolutely massive. I am parked in the fire lane, so I'm going to try going really quick at this one and looking at it. It looks like a bunch of just mass manufactured books. and I'm not seeing any that I like. Anyways, so that's okay. And now I'm gonna get out of the fire lane. So I'm at, I think, one of the very, like, maybe last month. I think there might be one or two. I'm not sure if this, I think this counts as one. I think what it is they have, this one is for little kids, which I think is so adorable. And then the other one is for adults. We got a lot of good options in here. Ooh, The Husband's Secret. I already have that book. Kristen Hannah book. That's beautiful. I already have this book. What Alice Forgot. That's a good one. What are these? I don't know what those are. What are those? Okay, maybe those are reading books or something. And I think the only other one that I like is this one, but that might also be for a kid. It's a Newbery Honors book, so beautiful. Now I've just got to get this thing all organized again. The person's door is like open. That makes me feel a little weird. This is welcome adult readers. I am an adult reader. Please take one book at a time, thank you. Let me guess, they got a lot of good ones though. Ooh, Wild Love Elsie. Let me guess, these are nice. For your little library book. Ooh, that's a big heavy book. I wasn't expecting it to be heavy. Okay. Someone knows exactly what they're doing. Oh, I want to switch one out so badly. Do I or do I not? Alright, here's the next one. I think this is the last one. I know I've been saying that almost all of them, but I keep finding more. So maybe this is the last one. This one looks like it's for kids, so. You tell I've been outside too long. So many kids' books. My goodness. My guess is they made it this way and it's very squeaky. Oh, so cute, but I don't know how many kids. It's been a week since I filmed all my Free Little Library content, and I'm just getting to the part that I said that I was going to film at the beginning about my book that I read for October. I have been trying to find a way to address my announcement, and I just didn't know how to put it together. And tomorrow is actually day one of starting to film for that, so I'm so excited. I wanted to finish off this video though with the book that I was reading that I said I was gonna show. So this is the book that I read for October. It's called Happy Place by Emily Henry. It was published April 25th, 2023. Is a contemporary romance. This is the first Emily Henry book that I've ever read. My favorite booktuber, Haley Pham, she has recommended a lot of Emily Henry books throughout her videos, and I just never had one until I randomly found this one in a Free Little Library. So this would have cost $19 at the bookstore, but I found it at a Free Little Library in Pewaukee. It is 3.9 stars and is 308 pages, and it follows a story of two different people, of Harriet and Wynne, and going in between the time of them being in a relationship, like the beginning of the relationship, their engagement, to them breaking up, and them having to cope with each other while being on a friend vacation, summer vacation, and I don't want to spoil any of the ending in case anybody feels like reading it, but there are not a whole lot of, I want to say, a lot of hot romance, but more just like regular romance that it's just, it makes you feel good in a sense of of like a teenager and a teenage girl or an adult per se. It's not necessarily for kids. Anytime that I give out a recommendation for a book that I've read that's romance, my suggestion is, if you're a younger viewer, is to wait a little bit with these kind of readings, unless you're where you think you're okay with that. But I certainly loved the location. It's set in Maine, right? I'm trying to look down and read this. I think, yes, the main cottage. It's been a day. I am so ready for you guys to know this announcement. If anybody is wondering what is my background or what the earth am I wearing, I'm in my PJs already. I have been in my PJs because I've been coming home early. As you can't tell from my background, I live upstairs again. Not that anybody cares, but I have moved. And I am on a tripod finally. Because my announcement is, since the free library season for me is technically over, which is kind of weird for me to say considering that I kept trying to go to free libraries today, is I'm bringing back Christmas videos. And I'm saying that with confidence because in the last couple of years, I want to say, since I think 2021, I have tried to make YouTube videos for Christmas and they just don't work out. One, because I'm too busy. One year I had COVID. Um, I'm too busy. When I was working at McDonald's, it was really hard for me to make videos with also working and being able to film good content. Three, the people that wanted to film with me, they couldn't always do it with me, and we got kind of bored by the old stuff. And so I'm bringing in new stuff, new content, and I'm letting you guys know that some videos might be smaller than others. Some of them might have actual, like video challenge, like actual challenges. Some of them might have guests in them as people who you have seen on the channel before. Some of them might be vlogs, and some of them I might just be so tired that all it is the advent. And when it's those types of days, you'll just have to follow through with me and get that it is busy. But I am starting to film for that tomorrow, and I know that's weird for me to say because it's November. Why am I starting to film for it now? And that's because I want to be able to enjoy my Christmas season in my new place, because it's gonna be a little different for me. But I'm super excited and I'm glad for you guys to be able to come along me on this journey. Anyways, I hope that you guys like this video and subscribe down below if you want to see more book videos or the upcoming Christmas videos. And if you have any suggestions on any videos that you liked from the past that you would like to see me make more of, let me know down below in the comments. Also, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any of the upcoming videos, because I wouldn't want to miss them if I were you. I will see you guys in the Christmas videos. Bye!